Hello, I'm Doug, and welcome to the Krewe of Japan podcast, a weekly podcast where we take you on audio journeys through Japanese culture.
This time on Krewe of Japan podcast.
Welcome back to the podcast. Back in Season 4, Episode 6, the crew took its first foray into exploring the world of Tokusatsu, Japan's genre of live-action special effects and storytelling. In that episode, we sat down with actor Shotaro Yasuda, who helped shine some light on what makes Super Sentai a series that has continued on for 50 years at this point. Today, we revisit the world of giant heroes, rubber suit behemoths, miniature cityscapes, and some seriously cool special effects. But this time, through the lens of Ultraman. Since its debut in the 1960s, Ultraman has been defending the Earth from space aliens, giant robots, gigantic monsters, all the while captivating fans of all ages around the world. So who else better to guide us on this journey through the cosmos than Takeshi Yagi, a lifelong Ultraman fan who also happens to have worked for the esteemed Tsuburaya Productions as a producer and director for Ultraman Max and other director roles in titles like Ultraman Cosmos, Nexus, Mabius, just to name a few. Yagi-san has been a creative force behind many of these shows that shaped the modern Ultra universe. He's been right there on the set, helping bring these cosmic heroes and kaiju to life. In today's episode, the crew sits down with Yagi-san in a rare English-only interview where, through Yagi-san's guidance and stories, we'll explore what it was like working for the prestigious Tsuburaya Productions and carrying forward its legacy.
I used to love Ultraman as a child. Now I help make it. That feels surreal but also inspiring because what Ultraman teaches us, the future is full of possibilities. Whether you're a child or adult, there's always an open door ahead. Ultraman has always said that, and I believe I'm living proof of it.
What goes on behind the scenes that brings Ultraman and his kaiju foes to life?
Hundreds of meters tall, very big monsters, and it was so huge. Two suit actors had to perform inside two suit actors, and wheels were hidden underneath to help move it, and it was incredibly powerful on set.
How Ultraman and Tokusatsu's popularity as a whole is growing worldwide.
It has grown a lot, especially in Asia. Ultraman has become incredibly popular.
And so much more. Yagi-san's story is one of following dreams and passions into uncharted territories, and sometimes just coming out right where you want to be. But enough of this intro, it's time to transform, power up that Spacium Ray, and dive into the world of Ultraman with director Takeshi Yagi. Let's go. Finally learning Japanese, but worried you'll end up just mumbling arigato or konnichiwa forever? Don't worry, NewOrleansJapaneseLessons.com has you covered. Classes are led by Romi-sensei, a native Japanese speaker with over 20 years of teaching experience. She's been teaching online since before it was trendy. 2014, baby! Plus, her classes are super small, 6 people max, so you'll actually get to speak and get real feedback, not just sit there quietly wondering if you're butchering the word ramen. Romi-sensei's lived in New Orleans for over 15 years, and personal friends of mine have taken her classes. They seriously rave about how fun, clear, and downright awesome she is. Why keep telling yourself, I'll start learning next week in English, when you could just say it in Japanese and actually follow through with it at the same time? Check out NewOrleansJapaneseLessons.com, that's lessons with an S, and get started today. Are you new to the crew? Yokoso! We hope you enjoy this episode. If you like what you hear today, then you'll really love our back catalog of episodes from earlier this season and previous seasons. We've had some incredible guests, like actor Shotaro Yasuda discussing his role in Super Sentai and Kamen Rider, author Matt Alt celebrating the life and legacy of Akira Toriyama, Godzilla guru Dr. William Tsutsui breaking down the evolution of Godzilla, and so much more. After you finish up this episode, hit that subscribe button or follow or whatever it is, and get notified when new episodes come out. Then while you wait for the new episode to drop, play catch up with the crew. But before you do any of that, let's dive into today's episode. All right, welcome back to the podcast, and today we are diving into Tokusatsu, but specifically, not just Tokusatsu, but Ultraman. And with us, we have a very... I'm surprised that we have this guest with us today, an amazing guest. a director, producer, writer of not just Tokusatsu and Ultraman series, but just many things. We have director Takeshi Yagi. Yagi-san, welcome to Crew of Japan podcast.
Thank you very much, Doug-san. I'm Takeshi Yagi. I'm very happy to join you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining. We've been working on coming together for this interview for maybe 6 months now. I think I reached out to you in November.
Yes.
Finally able to sit down and talk. Very excited.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited too. Thank you.
So before we get into Tokusatsu and we get into Ultraman topics, one thing we ask many of our guests is about their relationship or connection to New Orleans.
Oh.
So since we are located in New Orleans, that's kind of our icebreaker. That's our first question always. So have you ever been to New Orleans before? And if you have, what's your favorite memory? But if you haven't, what do you think of when you hear New Orleans?
Okay. I never had the chance to visit New Orleans, unfortunately, but it is definitely a place I love to experience. When I hear New Orleans, the first thing that comes to mind is jazz.
Okay. One of our biggest things that I think a lot of our guests say, they say jazz is the first thing they think of, especially our Japanese guests. Even when I was living in Japan, many times when I would speak with my coworkers, I would mention New Orleans, and that was the first thing, jazz, jazz, jazz.
Jazz. Yes, I know it as the birthplace of jazz, and I've always loved music, especially music from culture I'm not very familiar with. I enjoy jazz, but to be honest, my personal favorite is experimental techno music. So if I ever visit New Orleans, I'd love to enjoy some jazz while sipping bourbon.
All right.
Interestingly, there's a small New Orleans themed area in Tokyo Disneyland, and it's actually one of my favorite spots. I love cute, stylish atmosphere there. Walking through that area, I often imagine myself enjoying Cajun food and bourbon in the real New Orleans.
I've been in that part of Disney World. It's by like Jungle Cruise and Pirates of the Caribbean. I've been a couple times. It does feel very much like you're walking through the French Quarter in like kind of old streets and everything.
Beautiful place. I like very much. Yeah.
Yeah. It has like the jazz music playing in the background, and you go into the stores and it has a lot of like New Orleans theme merchandise and things like that.
Oh, yeah. For me, it's a New Orleans very nice atmosphere. But yeah, I'm surprised you are from New Orleans and you enjoy that area.
Yeah, we went there last year. Last summer, I went with my wife and our children, and I was surprised. I went in one of the stores, and I was surprised. Unfortunately, Pirates was closed, so we couldn't do like Pirates of the Caribbean. But we went by some of the stores, and I was surprised that it was just that kind of like feel, like Mardi Gras and jazz and all those kind of things.
So yeah, I want to come to real New Orleans. Yeah, when I enjoyed in Tokyo Disneyland always. Yeah.
Well, whenever you do, just let us know.
Yeah. I hope.
Please do. Please do.
Please do. Yes.
So let's move on to our next topic, which is the topic of today's episode. We'll start off with Tokusatsu in general. When did your relationship with Tokusatsu begin? And how did you get your start working for the Tokusatsu production company that's legendary around the world, Tsuburaya Productions? How did you start your career there?
Okay, yeah. I think I was around 3 years old when I first encountered Tokusatsu. It was Ultra 7. Even as a toddler, some of the image stayed with me with vivid colors, the mysterious atmosphere, cool Ultra guards, the strange aliens, and kaiju. Soon after that, I watched the first Ultraman. Compared to Ultra 7, Ultraman had a perfect structure, full of variety and fun. It completely blew me away. Even now, that colorful, diverse format, I believe it's the ideal for Ultraman. That's why I produced Ultraman Max in that style. It's funny, the impression from when I was 3 still guides me today. That's why I trust children's sensitivity and intelligence when I make shows. Second question. I always wanted to create films and television shows. My dream was to become a film director, not specifically Tokusatsu, just film itself. I was especially drawn to artistic and innovative cinema, like the French New Wave director like Jean-Luc Godard, Italian filmmakers like Federico Fellini, and Russian masters like Andrei Tarkovsky. At the same time, I also loved American movies. When I was 12, I saw Star Wars, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and 2001 A Space Odyssey. Those films completely changed my life. And throughout it all, I never forgot the joy I felt as a child watching Ultraman and other amazing shows made for children. Those memories have always meant a great deal to me. Fortunately, in the year I graduated from university, I hear that Tsubura production was hiring. I immediately remembered how much I had loved Ultraman as a child, and I thought I want to help make that. I applied right away and took the entrance exam, and luckily I passed. That's how I became a member of Tsubura Productions.
Wow, that's quite the journey.
Quite a journey, yes.
And it's so funny that you say that you started when you were 3 years old and your favorite Ultraman is Ultra 7, because my youngest son, he's 3 right now,
Yeah.
and his favorite Ultraman is Ultra 7.
Oh,
I'm not lying.
Oh,
He says every time I drive him to school, he wants me to put on the Ultra 7 theme song on YouTube when we're driving so he can like sing it in the car. It's so he loves Ultra 7. So I thought that was kind of coincidental that you also, when you were 3, your first favorite Ultraman was Ultra 7.
Same as your son, yes. I think Ultra 7 is my first Ultraman, so I love Ultra 7 very much. It's difficult for me to understand why Ultra 7 is the best or Ultraman is the best, but each Ultraman is nice, but Ultra 7 is very nice for me. And I want to know why your son loves Ultra 7.
I don't know. That's why he has so many different sofubi, like the soft vinyl toys.
Yeah.
And I think his first watched Ultraman was maybe the newest Ultraman Arc, I think is the most recent one.
Yes. But he liked Ultra 7.
Yeah, so we bought last summer we would buy books and he would kind of go through and say, who's this, and we tell him the names. And I guess Ultra 7 stuck.
Oh, yeah, it's nice selection.
I will let him know. He's going to be excited to know that.
Yeah.
So the word tokusatsu,
Yes.
We've been saying that a couple times now. The word tokusatsu essentially means special effects, right? Special effects in Japanese.
Yeah.
So what kind of special effects are typically used in tokusatsu that are maybe not used in other genres? Like what separates tokusatsu from other types of sci-fi or fantasy?
Okay, at first, in Japan, tokusatsu is a short for Japanese term meaning special effects, as you say, but it's actually become much more than a technical word. In Japan, started as a filmmaking term, but over time, it grew into something larger kind of culture identity. It all began in 1954 with Godzilla, where a performer inside the suit brought the monster to life. The technique, suitmation, was the foundation of tokusatsu in Japan. For there, it developed unique way. That's why even modern films like Shin Godzilla or Shin Ultraman Fit use CGI are still considered tokusatsu. It's not just about the technique, it's about the spirit and the style in Japan. Technically, classic tokusatsu involve creating miniature sets at 1 to 25 scale. To match the size of a human in a 50-meter kaiju suit, high-speed cameras are used to simulate the weight and scale of giant. Suits acting, miniatures, practical effects, and clever camera work. That's the core of tokusatsu. There are also charming analog tricks, like using fog machine to add dips and make the studio space feel larger. It's simple, but it works beautifully. I think it's a very simple tokusatsu.
When I went to the Tsuburaya Museum in Fukushima last summer as well, they had a couple of the like miniature sets in the museum on display, along with a giant Godzilla statue and King Joe and Red King and and a mini kaiju and Ultraman along the street.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to see that. But I know that those sets are so critical, especially in the early years. Those are really important for kind of conveying the size of the heroes or the monsters.
Yeah, it is a very important size. Yes, Godzilla and Ultraman is a very big size, and we describe the size. We use miniature. Sometimes we use different scale miniature. I said to you 1 to 25, but in front of camera, maybe 1 to 10 or 1 to 5. And the end of the studio, maybe 1 to 100 or something. And yes, we change the scale and we describe the depth or scale, how to say, the space of the set.
Kind of like just to use the ratios of and the scale to create different environments for your shots.
Yes, very analog technique, but it's very nice. And when we shoot, we use fog machine. Fog machine make more ratios, the scales.
Okay. Well, that's cool. That's cool. So you had mentioned the suit actors. Many tokusatsu shows and films are still really known for suit actors, and those suit actors play both heroes and kaiju, and not just in Ultraman and Godzilla, but also in your Super Sentais, your Kamen Rider. For those unfamiliar with that concept, what is the importance of the suit actor? What is their role in tokusatsu?
Suit actors are the one who bring heroes and kaiju to life. The movement and body language express emotions even without faces or dialogue. That's how the audience connect to them, just like in any live action drama. In the Ultraman series, the same character can feel completely different depending on who's inside the suit. Suit actor is very important. For example, Binfure is the first Ultraman, the suit actor, and Koji Uenishi, the Ultra 7. He is the first Ultra 7 suit actor. Both had unique, expressive style. There's a lot to learn from the performance. Usually, actors and suit actors are separate. Suit acting requires stunt skills and experience, and it can be dangerous. So, even in Ultraman series, main actors doesn't usually perform in the suits. But there are rare exceptions. For example, in my recent project, Akari, the lead actress, Kanon Miyahara, actually performed both the human and giant versions of the heroine. Because she's skilled in karate and kickboxing, and her emotional performance is very nice for Akari. That's exactly why I cast her, but this kind of case is very rare.
Oh, okay. So, do you know of any Ultra hero actors who also played the suit character for their Ultraman?
I think it's no, nothing.
There's none. Oh, okay.
If possible, there is, but I don't know. Maybe nothing.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure either. I know it's rare.
Sometimes in Kamen Rider or different series, sometimes the actors is suit actors, sometimes, but in Ultraman, I think nothing.
Okay.
The first Ultraman, Bin Furia, he's a suit actor, but next series, he is actor in Ultra 7, Agent Amagi. So this is the same actor, but this is a different series because in Ultraman, very dangerous in Tokusatsu stage, so it's difficult. And about the schedule, we shoot drama part and Tokusatsu part at the same time, so it's difficult to schedule. Yeah, schedule.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Because 1 year we make about 40 episodes, so we make from episode 1 to the end, from episode 1, episode 2, episode 3 for drama part. And we shoot tokusatsu from different stage, from episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. This is the same. But this is old style. Recently, new generation Ultraman, they shoot only one stage, only one team. So maybe now they can use the actors as the suits actors. But for my age, Heisei era and Showa era, this is two teams. So we couldn't use the same actors.
Okay, interesting.
Interesting.
It is. It is. It's interesting to learn how things happen, how things have evolved in the film industry, knowing these types of things. I don't really study film. I enjoy a lot of film, but it's cool to hear the behind the scenes because I didn't realize that, what types of approaches are taken when filming.
Yeah, please ask me everything. Like me, when I was a child, I'm very interested in the behind the scene. Yeah, it is very nice. And when I was a child, I said to you, I loved Star Wars. So I read behind the scene of Star Wars every time.
Yeah, Star Wars is one of my favorites too.
Okay.
Do you watch any of the Star Wars shows on like Disney Plus or the TV shows that come out on the streaming apps like Andor?
Yeah, not every Star Wars TV show, but I like Mandalorian. But my opinion, for me, I love Star Wars from George Lucas. So I like episode 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3 is best for me. And not to dislike, but I'm not interested in episode 7, 9.
I feel like many people feel the same way.
But yeah, it is nice. I like Star Wars too in Disneyland. I love that world. But if George Lucas directed episode 7, 8, 9, I want to watch it.
Yeah, wholly and 100% understand. So for Ultra Series, we've been talking about Ultraman and Ultra Series, but it's one of the most famous tokusatsu series out there in the world. What do you think makes Ultraman so special? Just another personal question. You've already mentioned that Ultra 7 is your favorite, but maybe who is your next favorite?
For me,
Mm-hmm.
it's a very difficult question. There's many possibilities because this is a sci-fi, this is for children, this is a fantasy. For me, Ultra 7, the original Ultraman, because Eiji Tsuburaya, he created Godzilla, he was there. And Ultraman Max, which I directed. These three, Ultra 7, Ultraman, and Ultraman Max is for me the best three Ultraman. Those closest to my heart. I believe that the most important for Ultraman is made for children. I think this makes Ultraman special. And Ultraman has a deep philosophy and it's made with love and respect for children. There's kindness, hope, and vision of the future. It doesn't talk down to kids. It speaks to them sincerely. That sincerity has lasted for generations. When you watch Ultraman as a child, it's fun. As an adult, you see new meanings, new layers that you didn't notice before. And no matter your age, it's always enjoyable. I think that's the magic. This is special about Ultraman. And for me, this is typically Ultra 7, Ultraman, and Ultraman Max.
Yeah, I would agree. I think, for me, I didn't really grow up with Ultraman. We had in the United States as a kid, Power Rangers were really big.
Yeah.
When I was in elementary school. Without knowing that was tokusatsu, that was, you would see these monsters fighting heroes, but then you saw these kids in school dealing with everyday problems that, I was elementary, they were high school. So it was a little different drama wise, but it's relatable for a lot of kids at that age. Cause I was in maybe third grade, or I think second grade or third grade, but there were older kids that also really, really, really liked that style. As an adult watching my children watch it, they really enjoy it for the action, the monsters. I think really the monsters is a big part of it too.
Yeah.
And also the heroes. I think when they watch it in Japanese, they don't fully understand the story, but there's still that attraction that children have to it. But as an adult, I'm watching it with them and I see things in the story. I'm like, wow, they included that in a kid's show. That's kind of, and sometimes like there's like death or something happens where it's very mature theme-wise. So it's surprising but I feel like that's very prevalent in Ultraman and other tokusatsu shows in general.
Yeah, thank you. So when we make Ultraman, I think this is for children and for family. recently, sometimes Tokusatsu is become for adult because Tokusatsu has over 70 years history, so there's many generations. But the important thing is to make for children and for families because if we make for children very deeply, very seriously, it makes the Ultraman very good. So later they become adults, they grow up, they love the deep philosophy or something. How do you say?
Yeah, because you can see that it's made for children, but they also make it so that way it's for everyone can watch it. It's not just for children.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Yeah.
I think one thing everyone really loves about Ultraman, especially, is the kaiju. They're so creative, they're so colorful and dynamic. And I mean, just every single one has something unique about it. Do you have a favorite monster that you worked on in one of your shows? And then when you were working on the set, did you ever get to try on any kaiju suits yourself?
One of my favorite is Giga Berserk, the final kaiju in Ultraman Max. Ultraman Max is I directed, I produced, and it's a very special kaiju. It has a solid, powerful look, very beautiful, and in the story, it was hundreds of meters tall, very big monsters, and it was so huge. Two suits actors had to perform inside. Two suits actors, yeah. And wheels were hidden underneath to help move it. Wheels, there's tires, and it was incredibly powerful on set. It was designed, it was nice, and it was designed by Keiichi Sato, a famous anime director and designer. So, very nice style. And as a final enemy in the show, Giga Berserk left a huge impression for me. Of course, in Ultraman, there's a very famous kaiju and aliens. For example, alien Baltan, alien kaiju Zeton, Red King. There's many good kaiju, so it's difficult for me to select. But for me, Giga Berserk is the number one. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many. I feel like there's always like kind of the repeat kaiju, like Dada or
Yes.
Zeton, and the variations. Like I guess sometimes they take one classic and then maybe do a little bit of a twist to it to add some newness to it or some new creative turn or something along those lines to it. I think for me, I don't know. I never really thought of my son, my youngest, his favorite for a while. I don't know who it is now, but for a while it was Gunkyu.
Gankyu!
I don't know why.
Nice. Issei kaiju. And in the world of Ultraman, Baltan and Zeton or Gankyu is a superstar. So sometimes they repeat, they come back in the show. Yeah.
Yeah. I think my favorite, is Pigumon.
Oh yeah, very nice. My son like Pigmon. He's
Yeah.
very cute.
Yeah. So did you ever try on any of the kaiju suits when you were on the sets?
Yeah, it is very nice kaiju suits, but I never won kaiju suit in a real production in the set. But when I was a new employee at the Tsubura production, I once got to wear an alien suit in
Okay.
the commercial. Yes, I played alien Mephilas.
Oh,
Alien-
maybe that's okay.
and dancing with the other aliens at the campsite. This is for commercial. It was a very funny scene and I had so much fun. Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah, I really
I know Mephidas too. Yeah, it was Mephidas was that the main kaiju in Shin Ultraman as well? Was that
Yeah.
I think that was
It's originally from the first Ultraman, and he also appeared in
many times, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
because he's a superstar of in Ultraman world. Yeah.
Yeah. So you actually were involved with many series during the 2000s, both as a director and a producer.
Yes.
Some of those include Ultraman Cosmos, Nexus, Max, which you just mentioned a few minutes ago, Mebius, and many more. I think you also did Ultra 7X, like a more adult themed Ultra 7. So what was your favorite part of making those shows?
I enjoyed every part of production, but my favorite filming and sound mixing. During pre-production, I imagine everything in my heart, in my mind. It's creative and free, but on set, in studio, the actors and the crew bring unexpected surprise. Something beyond the script happens. And that's magical. Sound mixing is also wonderful. By then, everything is ready. Music, effect, actors, bring all together into the final form. Feels amazing. And then we watched it with the whole team in test screening. Front nav, full sound, big sound. It's pure joy. Yeah, it is my favorite part. Maybe the best part is seeing children smile at the finished work. In TV, we don't always see the reaction, but in the theater, I got to see the excitement. That's the greatest reward for me.
Yeah, I think in general, like when you make something, you love to see other people enjoy it, right? It means you did something right. You did something good. All the time that goes into creating just one show, not just one, but like many episodes of one show. It's a lot of time, and seeing that enjoyment on someone's face or in the audience is, I gotta imagine, is just incredible.
Yeah, it's very nice for us. Yeah, excitement. There's many shows, 50 episodes, one series. We do our best. Everything is for our children. So it's very nice for us. Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen you on social media write about Ultraman Max. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw something the other day that the 20th anniversary of Ultraman Max is coming up soon, correct?
Maybe from this summer, 20 years anniversary. Yes.
20 years anniversary, right? So is that your favorite show that you worked on?
Yeah, because I was a producer and from first I created characters, monsters, stories, and very deeply I researched from the directors from first Ultraman, for example, Toshiro Iijima. I researched everything about Ultraman and I wanted to make the best Ultraman, and we have a good team, good crews, good cast, and good directors, good writers. It was a very happy moment for everyone. And there is a fun because 20 years ago, if they are 3 years old or 10 years old or 12 years old, they become young, maybe 23 or 30 years old. And we want to celebrate with fans and everybody. So this is 20 years anniversary is very important and very happy for me.
That's exciting. It's very exciting. Do you have any like event planned to celebrate the 20th anniversary? Is like a cast reunion or something like that in the works?
I want to do something, not this year, I hope, because Ultraman Max doesn't have a movie. The other Ultraman has a movie. For example, My Superior 8 Ultra Brothers. In the show, the new Ultraman Mebius is joining my movie, but Ultraman Max doesn't have a movie. So in the future, I hope to make a Ultraman Max movie, for my opinion. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. So, what would you consider the most difficult part of, making or creating an Ultraman series? Is there one thing in particular that is a challenge for you or for your staff?
This is a very difficult question, and maybe this is not a technique. I think the hardest part is remembering who you are making it for and why. We create Ultraman for children, pure-hearted kids who will shape the future. It's easy to forget that when you are deep in production, but if you stay focused on the purpose, everything becomes easier. The philosophy is what makes Ultraman strong, I think. It's a very important point to make Ultraman for children. Technique is not difficult, I think. About Tokusatsu, there's a very simple technique, but important thing is about philosophy for children.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Just keeping the eyes on the prize, the vision in place.
Yes, yeah.
So back to Suburaya Productions. They have a long history of Ultraman and Godzilla and other legendary shows and films. So how do you feel about being a part of that legacy? You played a big role in that company's history. How does that feel to you?
It's a great honor and great joy to be part of Tsubura legacy for me. And I feel proud and sometimes surprised. After all, I used to love Ultraman as a child. Now I help make it. That feels surreal but also inspiring because what Ultraman teaches us, the future is full of possibilities. Whether you're a child or adult, there's always an open door ahead. Ultraman has always said that, and I believe I'm living proof of it. So it is very surprising for me, but very happy for me. Yeah.
Yeah, you could say the Ultraman put the light on the path for you to do, what you loved and what you dreamed about doing.
Yeah, Ultraman always help us. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So you have traveled around the world and you've met with many fans around the world, fans
Yeah.
of Ultraman, fans of Tokusatsu. How much has that interest grown that you've seen over the last 20 to 30 years?
Yes, it has grown a lot, especially in Asia. Ultraman has become incredibly popular. I visited an Asian country over 30 years ago, and things have changed so much since then. Now, Ultraman is mainstream in many regions. In the US, Ultraman isn't as well known yet, but Godzilla is huge. Very big name, Godzilla. It's amazing to see that kind of global love. We live in great times for fans. Yes. Very happy.
I think one big thing that Ultraman does that maybe other tokusatsu TV shows don't do is that Ultraman and Tsuburaya, they release all their shows on YouTube.
Yeah.
And you can watch it in the United States on YouTube in Japanese with subtitles or dubbed in English. So they make their shows very accessible to fans. If you want to become a fan, it's not impossible. It's not hard. You don't have to download shows off of other, you don't have to go do pirating or things like that to watch the shows you want to watch. They're there. They're on YouTube. You can find them very easily. Whereas I think many other productions, they make it more difficult to see it. For example, Super Sentai is really hard to watch in the United States. It's not licensed and it's not easy to come across, but you can watch it kind of through Power Rangers, but it's not the same. And you're not getting Super Sentai, you're getting Power Rangers with, that has a taste of Super Sentai in it. So I think Ultraman really does a great job of keeping that same product, the same show, and making it available to the world very easily.
About YouTube, the important thing is many audience can easily watch Ultraman. Is very nice. And I hear about Godzilla in 1960s or 70s in United States. They repeat in the TV or in the theater. Many times Godzilla is repeated, so it's become very famous. So yeah, it is very important to show the Ultraman or Godzilla to many audience. It's important. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I know when I was a kid, I can't remember if it was Friday night or Saturday night or even Saturday mornings, they would have like old Godzilla movies.
Yes.
On TV, and it would be the dubbed version, the English version, but just like old ones. And I remember watching as a kid, occasionally that was available, and Godzilla was really not hard to find, I feel like, but other things like this. And fortunately, I feel like Ultraman have YouTube. In the United States, they have a streaming service called Pluto TV, which streams many tokusatsu shows. But actually, Ultraman Max is on there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so just for the listeners who are interested in watching, if you have Pluto TV, you can watch it. But yeah, so I feel like Ultraman's doing it right. They're allowing the fandom to grow around the world naturally without having to put up barriers.
Nice.
So since leaving Tsuburaya, you've been involved in working on many other freelance projects and productions. What are some of those projects you worked on? You mentioned one earlier. I think you said it's called Akari.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about Akari and other projects that you've worked on?
Yes, Akari is very important for me now, and it's only 6 minutes long, very short film, but it's a serious professional production. It came from Course on Narrow, a North American educational platform. Unfortunately, this is closed, but this is a nice platform. This was a nice platform. Then the kaiju design, Akari's kaiju design was by Akihiko Iguchi. He's designed Mecha Godzilla, original Mecha Godzilla, and Ultraman Ace. He's over 80 years old, but very nice. He have a nice design. And Akari's design is Matt Frank. He is a comic artist from United States. And the crew was a mix of Tokusatsu team from Japan and talented people from abroad. It's become an experimental new style of Tokusatsu. Akari was even screened at the Fantasia International Film Festival in Canada 2 years ago. So yeah, Akari is very important recently for me. And I want to make Akari to future film.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can people watch Akari online somewhere?
Unfortunately, recently, now is closed, so now we can't watch Akari, but I hope maybe in the future I do something and you can watch Akari, I think, but not now. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's okay. We'll have to make people wait. They'll wait and they'll want to watch it more, right? They'll want to watch it more.
Please watch. Please watch everybody because it's a very nice film. Yeah, I think.
So, for our listeners out there who may be interested in getting into the film industry or are big fans of tokusatsu and just film, film history, and maybe they don't want to be a filmmaker, but they just love learning about film. What advice would you give someone that's interested in that area but doesn't know how to get into the world of film and into the world of movie making or show making? What advice do you have for those listeners?
It's difficult, but for me, first, studying filmmaking, and that doesn't always mean in film school. I didn't study film at university. I studied in university philosophy, but I watched a lot of movies. I love the movies, and I learned the techniques, every film techniques at Tsubura production. That worked for me. But if there's a good film school, by all means, learn there. Just remember, if you want to create tokusatsu, you can't watch only tokusatsu. Watch everything. Even more important to have many experiences. Travel if you can. See different worlds. Understand different cultures and values. Then you understand the values of what you already love. And when you find something you love, chase it and love it deeply.
That's great advice. I mean, that's great advice just for filmmakers out there, but anyone really looking to get into something you're passionate about is just embrace that passion. And whether or not you can go to school for it or not, if you really feel something about it, sometimes just your energy can kind of make it happen. Sometimes that passion just drives things in the direction you never expected it to go.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's great advice. So if you're interested in film, watch everything out there, including Star Wars episodes 7, 8, and 9.
Very important. Yes.
So before we wrap up, thank you again so much for coming on. This has been a lot of fun and it's been well worth the wait. I've been so excited and looking forward to chatting with you. But before we wrap up, I did want to give you the opportunity to let people know any upcoming projects that you're working on, or maybe your website or social media where they can find you and follow you and learn more about what you're doing.
Thank you very much. Right now, I'm writing a novel.
Oh, okay.
It's a new kind of creative journey for me. It's a fantasy for children. Maybe this is published in Japan in winter. I'm also developing a new project like Akari to become a full-length film. Not just for Japan, but for global audience, because I want to bring tokusatsu all over the world. So I want to show my movie to global audience. And if any in the film world is interested in tokusatsu or want to collaborate, I love to connect. Yeah. This is the end. Thank you very much to invite me this podcast. I enjoyed it very much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. And what we'll do is also we can, in our show notes, so like in the episode when it comes out, we can put links to your social media too.
Oh,
so that way
yes.
people, if they're interested in following you on Instagram or on X or whatever the other platforms you have, if they're interested in following you, they can follow you there and see your great posts about Ultraman, because I enjoy those. It's my Japanese study. I try to read it, and if I don't know the kanji, I look it up.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, this is so much fun, and I can't wait to share this with all of our listeners out there. I know they're going to really enjoy this.
Yeah, me too. Very enjoyable. Thank you very much. It's a very happy time. Thank you. And please watch my future film.
Absolutely. You have to let us know when it comes out. We'll put it out there. We'll let people know. And if you're listening and you haven't heard of or seen Ultraman Max before, go check it out on Pluto TV.
Yeah.
If you're in the United States, you should be able to watch it. Go check it out.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you very much.
What an incredible conversation. A huge thank you to Takeshi Yagi for joining us and giving us such a fascinating look behind the scenes into the world of Ultraman and everything that goes into it. Whether it's battling kaiju, saving Earth, or showing us that heroism can come in all forms, there's something magical there that allows not only Ultraman but Tokusatsu as a whole to be a bridge across generations of fandom worldwide. If you want to keep up with Yagi-san on his next works, you should definitely give him a follow on Instagram and X. He's always posting some great content there. Also, the book that he mentioned towards the end of the interview actually releases this month. For all of that, check out the show notes. We'll have all the links there. And as always, thank you so much for tuning into the Crew of Japan podcast. If you enjoy this episode, make sure you give us a follow and subscribe wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And if you have a few extra seconds to spare, feel free to leave us a 5-star rating and review on your favorite podcast streaming app, or just, let a friend know about this episode or all of our episodes. Every single one of those 5-star ratings and reviews, in addition to word of mouth, helps others discover Crew of Japan and join our global crew. Any and all support is greatly appreciated. What's your favorite Ultraman or kaiju? Share with us on social media. That's Blue Sky, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter X. Just search Crew of Japan. That's KREWEOFJAPAN to stay in the loop with all future episodes, upcoming Japan Society events, and Japan-related content. Again, Crew of Japan. Or maybe you want to reach out to us directly. Send us an email at crewofjapanpodcast@gmail.com. We'd really love to hear from you. But that's it for today. Until next time. Looking to start your own podcast and don't know what platform to use? Tell me about it. When we started the Crew of Japan podcast, we tried a bunch of the big name recording platforms, but always came back to the one we're still currently using to this day, Zencastr. Zencastr is now the all-in-one solution making podcasting easy. In addition to its high audio and video quality for podcast production, Zencastr provides a full suite of production tools to record, produce, and publish studio quality content from the comfort of your home. Just log in through your browser and start recording. It's that simple. For us, we simply send out links to our guests and they join the lobby. But before you know it, it's all done and you have your studio quality audio and up to 4K video right there ready for you, right when you finish. The best part is having their multi-layered backups to ensure that your recordings are in the highest quality, regardless of anyone's internet connection stability. With Zencastr's all-in-one podcasting platform, you can create your podcasts in one place and distribute to all the major destinations. It's really that easy. Go to zencastr.com/pricing and use our code Crew of Japan, KREWEOFJAPAN, and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan. We want you to have the same easy experiences we do for all of our podcasting and content needs. It's your time to share your story.